Courage Unlimited with your host, Chad Ikes. How's everybody doing out there in this time of turmoil with coronavirus and our fiasco of an election? Today, I want to talk a little bit about this election. But first, let me reiterate kind of the idea of this channel. It's anything based around courage, and a big part of that is the courage to open your mind and actually change your thought process to one that is more open to other ideas and a thought process that allows you to step back and see different perspectives and see things from different angles and to take the emotions out of the thought process, at least in most cases. The emotions aren't bad. They're just maybe not the best thing to make judgments on, based upon anyway. So here we are in this fiasco of a 2020 election. I think pretty much everybody can agree that the candidates are not ideal for anyone per se, but it's a matter of picking the lesser of two evils, which it seems like we've had a lot lately. Trust me, I would love to have a presidential option that was somebody that I truly respect. But we have a lot of name calling. We have a lot of degrading. We definitely have tons of hypocrisy going on. And that's one of the things I really want to talk about tonight. Now, our first election was in 89, which of course we all know was George Washington. And I've done a little bit of research in the past on some of the political stuff, and I've seen some pretty nasty written stuff from some of the elections when this country first started. So this messed up political system that we have. Well, let me change that. The system that we have is a good system. It's just human beings are involved, which tweaks it. And I'm more talking about the election process and our society as a whole. But I've seen some of these old pictures of some of the old flyers and stuff where, just insane name calling, like calling other opponents transvestites and just all kinds of like crazy stuff. So this isn't really anything new, which sometimes I think we tend to go, oh, this is so messed up. And it's like, well, this has been going on the whole time. It's really nothing new. But my problem with that is, why haven't we tried to stop this before? Why haven't we rewarded the better people, the better quality people for these positions? And why have we allowed the system to get to the point where you have these career politicians? And we're in a choice where we have no good candidates for this position because of our own society. It's our own fault. We don't give enough reward to quality people. We don't encourage the better people to run for these positions. But again, let me focus on the hypocrisy of all this. Back when, and this has been going on for a while, I think George Bush, Obama, kind of the Clintons, or at least President Bill Clinton, and all the way up into Trump, like one side, if there's a Democratic guy, the Republican going, I'll leave this country, I won't live here, they're going to ruin the country, blah, blah, blah. That president gets in, none of them move. None of them back up what they were saying. And it happens the same thing when Trump was running. All the liberals were like, I'll leave this country, I'll move out of this country, he's going to ruin our country and this and that and everything else. And you know what? They didn't move and nothing happened. And, there's claims on both sides and there's all this BS. And it's just hypocrisy. When Trump got in, the Democrats were going, Russia bought the election. Russia had an effect on the election. And well, okay, if there was grounds for that, then it needed to be looked into. And they looked into it and he was cleared of any charges. So it's obvious now that there actually has been some tampering going on. There's been a lot of really strange stuff going on in this election, stuff that's never happened in the past. And that alone tells me it needs to be looked into. No matter what side you're on, it needs to be looked into. not so Biden wins or not so Trump loses or not so Trump wins. It needs to be looked into because we deserve, as Americans, we deserve a legitimate election that is not tampered with. So no matter who you want to win, this needs to be looked into. If you want Biden to win really bad, well then if you love this country, you still want this election looked into. Because if we don't look into it, it's only going to get worse. We need to put a stop to it now. But then again, now all those same Democrats that were bitching about wanting to look into Trump and them going through that process and going through it, now they're saying the exact opposite of what they were saying. Oh, the Trump guys just need to let it go. They need to accept him as their president. Well, you guys bitched about Trump the whole time and never accepted him as the president. So maybe you should make up your mind which side you want to be on and take your emotions out of it and stick to your own moral code. Okay? You know, if you thought it was okay for you guys to look into Trump and check into those accusations, then it will be okay for the Trump supporters to look into the accusations that are going on now. And if you didn't accept Trump as your president and complained about him the whole time, don't expect Republicans to accept Biden as their president and not bag on him the whole time. You know, you need to be one way or the other way. I've had plenty of presidents get elected that I didn't vote for, that I didn't want to get into office. I go, okay, he won. This is what our society apparently wants, so let's see what happens. He is the president. And trust me, I didn't like Bill Clinton at all. He did do some good things that I was impressed with in office, though. And another thing to remember is you people are freaking out and not you people, the people that are freaking out and going crazy over this continue to forget that we have three branches of government, and we have three branches of government so one man doesn't have all the control. Yes, he's the president. Yes, they claim he's the most powerful man in the world, which we all know is really BS. There's very few things that he actually has, like his power of veto is one of his biggest things. He still has to go through the Senate. He still has to go through the House. Like, he can't just do whatever he wants. This is not a dictatorship and it's not a monarchy. Okay? So pull the emotions back a little bit. Go back to your own personal code. Don't just, hey, whatever I feel is right. Like, have a code and live by that code. If you think there was something wrong with the election and it should be looked into, then it doesn't matter who's in office or who's winning or who's losing. If there is that chance, then it needs to be looked into. And if you want to bitch and complain that you're going to leave the country and that they're going to ruin it, then you need to understand when the other side does the same thing you do. And if you don't think it's right for them to do it, then don't do it yourself. This is pretty common stuff, or it should be pretty common stuff. People, wake up here, okay? Wake up. So that's just my little 2 cents on this whole election thing and some of the stuff that's irritating me. I personally hate polypolitics. I hate party politics. I'm nonpartisan. Yes, most of my beliefs probably go with the Republicans, but I'm not a Republican. I don't associate with the Republicans. I mean, I associate with whoever. I don't give a shit what party they belong to. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If a question comes up and I happen to agree with the Republicans, well, I happen to agree with the Republicans. It had nothing to do with Republicans or being Republican or what the Republican thinks. It had to do with what I looked into and what I believe. Some stuff, I probably lean towards the Democratic side. Maybe not much, but it doesn't matter to me. It's irrelevant to me. I actually hate being called one or the other because I'm nonpartisan. I make my own decisions. It's not based on anyone else. I once saw a bumper sticker that said, vote blue no matter what. And I thought, wow, that is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Really? Vote blue? Even if you disagree with it? Even if you hate it? Even if you think it's wrong, you're still going to vote blue? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that's just dumb. Vote based on what you believe. You know? Wow. Like, wow, come on, man. That was one of the dumbest bumper stickers I've ever seen. So that's just my 2 cents. Again, I hope it makes you guys kind of think a little bit And, you know, please comment on this video. If there's a bunch of people that are saying the same thing I'm saying, it'd be cool to hear back from you. It'd be cool to hear, like, people are like, yeah, Chad, I agree. I see the same stuff. I don't understand it. If you disagree with me and you think there's something I don't know about or something I haven't thought about, comment, please. Tell me. Let me know. I can only learn by, you know, I can research what I want to research, and I try to see both sides, but sometimes I need someone to explain it to me and show me, and you might change my mind. I mean, I'm a pretty stubborn Midwest with German ancestry guy, but, you know, my mind, it has been changed before, and it'll be changed again. So like the channel, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, help me let this thing grow. And right now I'm going to get out of here and let you guys have fun with your evening or morning whenever you watch this video. So until next time. All right, guys. See you later.